What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a profile illustration of Miles Morales. Let's begin today's lesson by adding some guidelines to help with the balance and symmetry of our drawing. We'll start at the very top in the middle, sketch a line coming down the center of our page. Now along the top, draw another line going across from left to right. So start with the left side, and then extend that out towards the right. Now we're going to use these two lines to help us create a circle along the top of our page. So from that center point, let's step up towards the top of our circle, just mark that off. Let's take that same distance from the center down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Now you want to repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring this distance from the center over towards the left, and then the same thing on the right. Now to create this circle, we're going to connect the center point of each mark with a curve. So I'm going to start with the top left. Now this circle doesn't have to be perfect, we just want to get the right size and placement at the top center of our page. We can always go back and just readjust this. Let's add another guideline going down from the side of our circle. So we'll start with the left side, coming all the way down, do the same thing on the right. Let's add another guideline going across the bottom of our circle. Now with this drawing, we're going to be lifting the mask up about halfway across the face. So let's start from this point. We're going to draw a half circle. We just want to locate the underlying facial features. This is for the ear. And then from the top of the ear, draw a straight line going across towards the right. Now we're going to be lifting the mask up towards this bottom line. So let's start from the base of the ear, draw a short line coming down across the jaw. Now from here, we're just going to angle the jaw coming down and then forward towards that right line. Let's go to this point on the right. It's going to slope the face coming down and then in towards the chin. I'm just going to flatten off the chin with a straight line. Now the back of the neck originates from the center of our circle, so we're just going to angle this down and then back towards this corner. And then extend that out towards the side. Let's go to the jaw, step forward, draw that same angle line coming down the front of the neck. Now from here we're going to start adding some shape to the mouth. Let's start from this point. We're going to step in, angle this down and out toward the lip, come down and back in, draw a straight line coming towards the corner of the mouth. Let's bend the lip going up towards the front, curve this down and then forward. Let's curve the bottom of the lip, coming down, and then from this point, angle this back towards the chin, and then come straight down. Let's go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now that we have a cleaner view of the profile edge, we're going to go back and just refine the shape. Let's start by rounding out the back of the neck. Just going to bring this in, just blend it in towards the back. So working around the perimeter of the head. Now it's going to bump out the nose area, so we're going to come down and out, just round this out and pull it back in. Now let's add some shape to the bottom of the mask. We're going to go up, come down around the ear, and then up towards the base of the neck. That's going to give some shape to the jawline, just rounding that out. Also rounding out the chin. Now we're also going to add a curve across the top of the collar, coming in and then down towards the front. Now let's block in the eye. From the outside of the head, let's step in and bend this up and go towards the center of our circle to right about there. Come around the side and then pull that in towards the bottom. Now once we're happy with that shape, we can go and just trace this along the inside. Now I'm going to go back and just clean up our drawing one final time before we start adding some more details. Now you want to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more details and refine the shape. So I'm going to add a fold across the bottom edge, just bumping this out. Just adding that fold across the bottom. and just working our way across the bottom of the mask. fold across. I'm also going to fold the collar on top of the neck, so it sticks out a little bit further on the back and front. Now that we've traced out the contours, I'm going to go back and add the webbing. Let's start from the side of the eye. I'm just going to give this a bend, going across and then down. Now I don't want to go too dark with this. Step down, curve this across and down towards the trim, towards that fold, and just working our way across the bottom of the mask. Now let's work our way up. Just bending this up and out. And then we're going to add those webs going across from top to bottom. Now I'm going to go back and just lightly trace those lines for those webs along the outside. So we add a little bit of thickness. And we don't need to get too detailed with this. We just want to get the right impression. And now we're going to add that same webbing across the neck. Start with those vertical lines first, and then go across. And we'll go back and just trace those out along the outside. Now I'm going to switch my pencil so I can shade in with the flat edge of the lead. Let's start with a trim around the eyes. We're going to add a glare across the bottom. So I'm just going to darken this up around the bottom left, and then just fade that up towards the top, and do the same thing across the bottom. Also adding a glare across the top of the trim. Now I'm going to add a glare inside the eye. Starting from the top corner, I'm just going to add a guideline coming down and across towards the right. Now let's darken up the bottom and then fade that up towards that trim line. I'm just going to work our way around the lips, darken up the top lip, and then add a light shade to the bottom. Now this mask is going to cast a shadow across the top of the head, so I'm just going to darken this up and then blend that down. Also going to add that shadow across the bottom of the chin, going around the jaw, and we'll come down the side of the neck. Now when it comes to shading in the mask and the neck area, I want to create a highlight along the outside edge. So we start from the bottom, just going to lightly add a trim going around, come around the right side, and then down towards the front. Same thing with the neck. Just adding a guide on the front and back. And then from this line, we're just going to shade this coming in towards the right. And we just want to fade that out. And we're going to go in between those webs as well. So again, going a bit darker on the end, and then just fading that out. And I want to do the same thing across the neck, starting off dark from that line, and then just fading that in. Now we're going to go back in one final time and just tighten up our lines. I'm just going to finish off this drawing by adding a little bit of glare along the outside of the mask and the neck, and also be sure to sign my artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Miles Morales. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hey everyone, if you really want to discover your artistic potential, then join our Club Masterclass membership. For just $1 a month, you'll gain instant access to exclusive members-only drawing tutorials, virtual art camps, and much, much more. Join our thriving community of passionate artists just like you, and let your creativity soar. So just click that link in the description, and I'll see you in the club.